Assalamualaikum. Hi, I'm Dr. Nur Azwana. So here I am back again on my last part in the data mining courses. So this the last part. This is the last part, so no more theoretical. So we're going to take a look on the application. So this one is more the case study rather than theoretical or chapters in data mining. So we're going to take a look on the tax mining application for the last chapter, for the last part in data mining course. Okay, so first of all, we're going to know what you're going to learn about this case study. Okay, so we are expecting you to, first one, able to understand the process involving tax mining. Okay, second one, able to differentiate between tax mining and natural language processing. Third one, able to apply tax mining technique in solving real world problem. And the last one, you're going to able to use related libraries in Python for tax mining application. So the last part I'm going to show you in the Google Colab. So this in this theoretical part, we only covered the first, second, and third better outcome. Okay, so we're going to start with the concept. Okay, first I'm going to explain to you, okay, what is the definition of tax mining, and then we're going to take a look on the differences between tax mining and NLP. So NLP is a short for natural language processing. Okay, and the third one is tax mining application, and then we're going to take a look all the process involving tax mining. Okay, and the last one, we're going to go to the Google Colab for the application of tax mining in Python. Okay, so we're going to start this case study by understanding what is tax mining is all about. So, as you know, okay, nowadays, okay, we already have a lot of data, big data, and so on. Okay, but the 20% that you know that 20% of the data that is being generated is structured format. Okay, so you can see, okay, the data in the structured format is not really the number is not as much as unstructured format. So you know the data usually that we got from the text, from the audio, from the WhatsApp text, from the anything that you communicate to your friends, your family, okay, like Telegram and so on. So all the data sets are from the unstructured data. So the unstructured format data has a more percentage in the data that has been generated in this world, okay, compared to structured data. Okay, that's why the tax mining and tax analysis study is more important, okay, than the structured. The structured data is important as well, but it's more on business side. Okay, in order to understand the sentiment analysis and so on, okay, we need this tax analysis. Okay. So what is tax mining? Okay, if you search from the ibm.com, it stated that tax mining is also known as a tax data mining. Okay, it's the process from the data mining itself. Okay, it's a process of transforming unstructured text into a structured format to identify meaningful patterns and new insights. So this all the unstructured data set that we obtain from the social media and so on. So we're going to abstract to get the knowledge from the information from the unstructured data, okay, through this process. So that's why tax mining is very important. Okay, it's a tools, both tax mining and NLP. Okay, these two tools are going to be used, okay, in the information extraction from the unstructured data. Okay, this allows us to transform the unstructured documents into structured format. So we can only process information if you get the data in structured format. That's why it's very important to transform the data from unstructured to structured. Okay, then we can analyze it. Okay, and then from there we can, if the decision is involving a company, okay, the organization is going to involve in decision making organization or in a business, okay, it will lead to the better business outcome. Okay, in a daily, not so much lah, because it's not going to affect us, but this is more to organization and business decision making. Okay, from towards AI.net is defined here. Tax mining is the process of deriving high quality information from the text. Okay, and the overall goal is to turn the text into data analysis via the NLP. So this same definition everywhere. So there is a process from unstructured data to structured data in order to obtain the knowledge from the data, so to get information and for the decision making process. Okay, that's mine. Okay, what about NLP? So we're going to move to the next slide. Okay, NLP is a part of computer science and AI, which deals with human language. So everything that deals with human language, not just text, okay, it's also audio, everything. Okay, like you talk to Siri, so when you want to convert your audio to the text, so this is also involving to NLP. Okay, so it's a component of text mining and perform a kind of linguistic analysis that essentially helps the machine to read the text. Okay, so NLP is part of text mining process. Okay, so that's a keyword there. It's perform a special kind of linguistic analysis. So any kind of language that humans speak. So this is going to help the machine to get the information on the data. Okay, so it uses different types of methodology that we will learn in the process later on. Okay, to decipher and ambiguous in human language, including the following lah. Okay, all this processing like automatic summarization, tokenization, part of speech tagging, disambiguation, chunking, and everything lah. Okay, the next one. What is the difference between text mining and NLP? That is not so much different because NLP is a part of text mining and they are complement each other. But you can see the major difference, okay, like in the potential application, saying that NLP, okay, it can be found in search engine. Okay, that's you want to search through Siri or Google. Okay, if you want to get the correct answer from the search engine, so it uses NLP. Okay, also another example like chatbots. Okay, you want to communicate. If you want to buy something or like Asia, you want to complain about the service. So usually you have to deal with chatbots before they pass it to the humans. So the chatbots will provide a certain question, and the question is already like there, it's already programmed. But if your question is out of the range of the chatbots, so the machine can understand that it will pass to human lah. So that's normally what chatbots do. Okay, so chatbots is part of NLP too, and other application like Grammarly. I'm pretty sure most of you use Grammarly as a part of your study to check grammar, okay, and so on. Okay, like text mining usually is used for SEO and website marketing purposes. So it can get contextual advertising and target promotion. So text mining usually like will be used in the sentiment analysis. So you for the organization to know whether the customer is happy or not with their services and product and so on. So that's the application you can see are certainly different there. But SNLP is part of text mining, so the process is not much different. Okay. Okay, so there is another text mining application. Okay, stated in this slide. So I think you can read the most of this application by your own. Okay, I already provided a slide in the alarm. Okay, so first is customer service. Okay, and then this is more to know feedback, okay, about the customer, okay, like chatbots. So similar with NLP application as well. Okay, and then second, risk management. Okay, this is by doing the sentiment analysis. Okay, just what I explained just now. Okay, and then maintenance. Okay, this one is you want to correlate problems and take the preventive action. Okay, and then healthcare. So there's a lot of healthcare application that's mining. Okay, because you know the manual investigation, you want to know let's say the factors of healthcare heart disease. Let's say, okay, we want to know the factors that cause the heart disease. Through the manual investigation takes time. So with the current technology like text mining, maybe we can get the factors more easier through the web scraping, through the text analytics and so on. Okay, the last one is spam filtering. This is more through email. Okay, and that's all for the text mining application. Okay, so the next one, going to learn about the process involving text mining. Okay, so there's several activities that I already explained in the introduction part. Okay, these activities enable we to deduce the change or transform the information that we get from that structured text data to the structured. Okay, so the text preprocessing, okay, involving the some techniques, okay, I'm going to explain in to you later. Okay, so there are two parts. Okay, first is information retrieval and second is NLP. So NLP part is going to involve tokenization, part of speech, okay, chunking and syntax passing to format data appropriate for analysis. Okay, after all the preprocessing techniques has been done, so you can complete with text mining techniques lah, ada algorithm like sentiment analysis or prediction and so on. Okay, so what we want to look at this case study is just the preprocessing part, because the preprocessing part is the most complex and there's a lot of steps that you need to know lah. Okay, one is information retrieval. Okay, this is where we want to know about the relevant information or documents. It can predefine a set of queries or phrases. So this utilize the algorithm to track user behaviors and identify relevant data. Okay, this is works like search engine lah, macam Google lah. So these two methods, sometimes it's fall under information retrieval, and some if you Google it, it's still under preprocessing actually. Okay, tokenization and stemming. Okay, so what is tokenization? Okay, this process is breaking out long-term sentences and words called tokens. Okay, so we have like long sentences. Okay, this example I will show you in the Google Colab better. Okay, so from the long sentences, the sentences will break out to in a words. Okay, so this process we call it tokens. Okay, and the other one is stemming. So this process is separating the prefix or suffix from words to derive the roots from the meaning. Okay, for example, constructed. Okay, so you might want to stem the words to the root words. Okay, so just being construct. Okay, like that. Okay, just stemming is needed because we need the root words for to understand what the content of the text. Okay, so for the machine to analyze get the information from the text, the verb, okay, like ed, ing, so all that suffix is not important. Okay, we want to remove the prefix and suffix from that, so that's why we use this stemming. Okay, the next one, other steps in the preprocessing part, NLP, okay, which is lemmatization, stop words, part of speech, tagging, or for short is pause. Okay, chunking and name entity recognition. So we're going to start with lemmatization. Lemmatization is actually quite similar to stem. Okay, we convert the words to the base form. Okay, so what is the difference? So the lemmatization is consider whether words is meaningful base form compared to stemming. Like stemming is just remove the last few characters. Okay, sometimes is led to the incorrect information. Okay, we will see the difference lah in this Google Colab better. Okay, like for example here, okay, show that caring. If we use lemmatization, caring will convert to care. Okay, but if you use stemming, okay, it will remove the ing part, so it's going to be car, which is care and car is totally a different word. Care is a correct word for caring. Okay, it's not a car, it's not a mobile. Okay, so you got the idea that. So lemmatization is more appropriate processing from compared to stemming. Okay, so stemming totally going to change the word meaning. Okay, so bawah ni saya tunjuk lah. So lemmatization, we group together different inflected verbs of a word. It's called lemma. Okay, it's somehow similar. but see the difference there. Okay, obviously lemmatization is quite good compared to stemming. Okay, so the output is a proper word. Okay, so that is a lemmatization. Okay, the next one is stop words. Stop words, it I say okay, totally buang lah, buang benda-benda yang apa, words that is not important, like the, at, for, above, all the pronunciation, okay, all the verb that is doesn't have any meaning. Okay, so that is a stop words. So it's removal from the common words lah. Okay, and then part of speech tagging, okay, or the short is a pause. Okay, this is used to assign part of speech to each word as a given tag. Okay, like she is a proverb. Okay, that sells is a verb. Okay, and then pronouns and so on. Okay. Okay, so if you use the NLTK, so the Python library, okay, so other further Python library like specific text block stand for Code NLP also can be used. Okay, there's the same thing. So they're going to do the same thing on the pause activities. So you're going to tag like in, okay, it's a preposition, so it's going to tag the words, what the words are. Okay, so that is a part of speech tagging. It's very simple to understand. Okay, the next one is name entity recognition. So this one, when after the words has been recognized, like noun and verb and so on. Okay, so if you know that there is a verb or a noun, so noun is maybe like Hillary Clinton, so name entity recognition is recognized. So this is a name of person. Okay, like Bill Clinton is name of person. Okay, Daniel is a location. Okay, 2016 this is an event, something like that. So this is a very crucial part lah, whether just to get the information from the text. Okay, the name entity relation to recognize what the words present lah. Okay, and the last one is chunking. Okay, this one picking up the individual pieces of information. Okay, after we group into the preposition and so on, verbs and so on. So we're going to group into the more bigger pieces. Okay, like we saw the yellow dog, so it's already pause tagging, and then we group it into the bigger. Okay, like the yellow dog is a NP, with an NP. Okay, that's all the process involving preprocessing. So if you see task mining using Python, there's a lot of library. Okay, you can use natural language toolkit. So the link, all the link for the libraries are already in the slide, so you can check it out. Okay, and then the short form for the natural language toolkit is NLTK. Then we also have TaskBlock. Then we have Core NLP, Genshin, Spacey, Polyglot, Scikit-learn. Actually this is the same. Okay, okay, and then the last one is Pattern. Okay, we're almost there. So what is the difference between all these libraries? There are some pros and cons as stated here. Okay, like an LTK, so it's an educational foundation for NLP, widespread and versatile, but it's difficult to use. Okay, I will show you how difficult it is, because every time you want to do the process, you have to import the NLTK, so it's very difficult. Okay, I don't like it personally. Okay, but I have to show you after all. So we're going to use the NLTK in your Python Google Colab later. Okay, it's also slow the NLP production usage and steep learning curve. Okay, for the core NLP, it's a great for beginners, easy interface, versatile, and great for designing, but it's also slow. These are never used, but you can maybe try to explore it. Okay, and then Genshin. Okay, there's a fast, works great in product development environment. In integration, possibilities for NLTK is just have favor, the concept just have favor, customization, optimization. Sorry, favor customization options. Okay, I never used it, but you can try to explore it. Okay, TaskBlock is great. Okay, but I'm not going to show you in the Google later, but you can explore it. Okay, it's a great for identifying semantic. Okay, the similarity within two documents. It can handle large text collection, memory usage optimization, and high processing speed. Okay, the cost is only doesn't provide enough tools to be used on its own, okay, and supports primarily support unsupervised modeling. Okay, it doesn't cannot use by its own lah. So that's another downside of the text block. Okay, the next one is Spacy. Okay, I have used this. This is Spacy is quite good, but I'm not going to show you in the Google Colab letter. But I have include another slide from the NLP by using Spacy. Maybe you can take a look on that, and maybe you can explore by yourself. Okay, it's a design for production usage, accessible and faster synthetic parser. Okay, but the downside on the Spacy, it just supports previous programming language and less flexible lah than LTK. Okay, there's another reason why I didn't show you in the Google Colab. And then the next one is Polyglot. It's a great language coverage. Okay, so there's a lot of language in there. Okay, word range of analysis and fast. Okay, and then scikit-learn. So scikit-learn you already know. So this is actually library is a very popular machine learning. So also can be used for text mining as well. Okay, it has wide range of algorithm, okay, and to achieve classes method, excellent documentation. But the downside, you cannot use neural network for text processing. Okay, the last one pattern is great for web mining, includes a DOM parser and web crawler. So if you want to use web crawler, you can use pattern. I never use it, but you can explore it. Okay, and it offers access to useful APIs. Just the downside, it doesn't include enough visual for the completing NLP task. Okay, I think that's all for the theoretical part. Okay, maybe we can I can explain a little bit more on the what you have learned in theoretical to the Python. Okay, on the next video. Okay, I'll see you there.